Alright. We're back in it. Sorry for the wait. Welcome to my little nook. It's nice to finally meet you, Noah. I was so sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the holler. And now, poor Pearline is gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. Who was that outside? Just a very sick man. You don't need to worry about him. You knew my mom? Of course, dear. She was a good friend of mine for many years. She was such a lovely woman. You should come by sometime. I can delight you with unsavory tales of her youth. How did you know she died? Oh, Pearline was a chatty woman. Not much went on that I wouldn't get an earful of. Bless her heart. We need your help. Ah, yes, those pleasantries can wait for another time. What's got you here so late? You seem troubled. You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff? Go on. Duke was killed tonight by something in the woods. Oh my lord. Have you contacted the police? Yes, and they didn't take it very seriously. They're not even looking for the body until tomorrow. Those things out there? I don't even know how to describe them. Here, I can show you. Stella pulls a memory card out of her sleeve and pops it into her phone. I wasn't about to just let the police hold on to this. At least not before we had a chance to make a copy. Smooth. Cops wouldn't know what to do with that footage anyway. Imagine if they accidentally erased it. Exactly. I'll give it to them if they ask again, but for now, we can examine the footage for ourselves. Where was this? Up the mountain, to the northwest. Tea's ready. Within the town limits? Yes. I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger and louder if you can? I need to plug the memory card into a computer. I could go back and get mine. Jesus, that fucking tea is in my ear! Oh, sorry guys. No need, Kanika would still be awake. She can lend us hers. You better come with me. Still, I'm sure she'll be more than willing to help a friend than her noisy mother. Oh, thank God. The kettle was loud. Kanika, come on out. We could use a little help. What? What, Mom? Oh. Hey, Stella. And Gretchen, who's your good potato? And a stranger. A cute stranger. Oh God, I said nothing. Oh God, I said nothing. It's just... it's just... The hot interactions are so fucking funny. I'm just charmed the whole time, don't mind me. Hi, I'm Noah. Nice to meet you. I'm Kanika. He's Tabitha's cousin. Oh, right. I heard he was coming to town. It's a little late. Why are you two here? Sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop. Stella and her friend have a video to show us. It's really important, Kanika. Okay. My room's a mess. I'll just bring it out here. Heads up, Kanika. This is graphic. Duke got killed out in the woods tonight. It's on the recording. Wait, are you serious? Duke's dead? Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Stella can't even look at it. I don't blame her. Stella, what the hell is this? Sailor Moon. Love it. Love it. Yeah, they're not afraid to, like, reference actual brands and properties in this game. Kind of worrisome, but I hope they don't ever get, like... Anyway. I'm sorry either of you had to see this, but Noah and I have no idea how to make heads or tails of it. Stella, are you okay? I'm fine. Really, I'm okay. You remain silent. Poor Duke. Poor Bo. Has anyone told him yet? We talked to the police. I hope they told Bo, but Earl and Deputy Franklin didn't seem to be in much of a hurry to do anything. I'll call him later tonight. But for now, we have something far more serious to discuss. What happened in the woods? We weren't supposed to see any of that. You're not wrong. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. Mom, come on. Whatever's doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Noah with these tally-po crap. This tally-po crap. Tally-po? I don't know. Must be a regional thing that I don't know. Anyway. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. She always said they never hurt people, despite the grisly scene in the woods. But Duke is dead. Then if these are ditchlings, his death was an accident, or my grandmother was wrong, but she was very rarely wrong. Just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. Jesus, Mom. Haven't you already been through enough? Do we really need this spooky window dressing? What if it's important window dressing? Okay, I know when I'm outnumbered. Maybe the ditchlings were here for Duke, like some sort of self-fulfillment prophecy? Unfortunately, no. Their presence forewarns of something far more sinister than one man's death. Can we please stop talking about these things like they're magic? I don't think that's a helpful way to look at things. They're obviously some type of unknown animal. So I was like, Maybe they're making more of themselves. You know, you have a point there. Maybe they're like big mosquitoes, and the growth you saw are a severe allergic reaction, or maybe they're parasites using the local wildlife to incubate, like aliens from Xenomorph. Honestly, that would be worse than being supernatural. Oh dear, I forgot entirely about the tea I'd put on. Let me fix you up a couple of cups. It'll help soothe your nerves. I don't know, it's getting late and I should let Noah get some rest. I ran him ragged today with all the hiking and running through the woods in terror. I can stay up. This is important. Okay, maybe it's that I'm eager to get home and start doing some research. I'll ask around on my usual forums to see if anyone has any information on ditchlings. Is that what you called them? That's right. You go on home now and do try to get some rest. Don't stay up all night on that online. Let me get some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul. Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kanika. I'll see you. Bye, Noah. It's excellent iced or warm, though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be the best. Helps wake up the bones. Be careful out there, both of you. Turns and closes the door behind her. Alrighty, let's call it a night. Mind walking me home? Well, this is me. Are you good finding your way back? Nervously look at the dark road behind you. Sorry, no, I think I just need some time alone tonight. I'm sorry. We'll talk tomorrow, alright? I'll see you around. Gretchen. Yeah, we're in this together. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. Stay safe, buddy. As far as you know, those creatures in the woods have infested these trails as well, but it's too late for you to turn around. Either make it back to the estate, or you won't. Comforting. Continue down the path. Almost home. Continue down the path. Your salvation in sight. You make a mad dash to the door. Try the door. Oh, thank God. You're back. Where the hell have you been? Looking nervous there, Tabitha. I called you back as soon as I had reception. Did you? I didn't notice. There was this miner outside the general store tonight who called me out by name and everything. Wayne? Scared the shit out of me. Do you know what's going on there? It's a mining town. Of course there are miners walking around at night. I went into the woods with the girl I met to find some cryptids, and ended with us watching a man die. Ah, so you met Stella then. Ugh, that explains everything. And she's gotten you all worked up. I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, you don't want to hang out? I'm still hyped up on adrenaline from tonight. I would love to just hang out for a little bit while we cool down a bit. No, I'm not going to hang out with you. It's late. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Don't do anything stupid while I'm asleep. Just go to your room and sleep. You're alone in the estate. The sound of the wind whistling through the house gives you an uneasy feeling in your gut. Try best you turn in and try to leave the night behind you. You thoughtlessly stumble into your room. Before you even fully realize you're there, you've already collapsed onto the mattress, exhausted. From the relative safety of this uncomfortable bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that had happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror that you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in a normal world and have a boring week in the mountains with your sour-faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down, you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. Ooh, the eyes. Spooky. Established in 1820. Blood. Blood. Spoopy. That's alpacas. I think that's alpacas. Jack-o'-lanterns. The mine. The old mine. This town be haunted. Scarlet Hollow. And this episode 1, episode 2 waits. If you'd like to continue with the work state event episode 2, please save your game now. These are in case my where I do the breaks, I have an issue, so we're just gonna do a new one there. Perfect. What the fuck was that? Is there a thing there? I swore I saw a thing flash over here. I don't know. Would you like to see a recap of episode 1 before you start episode 2? I don't know. Do you guys want to recap? 17 minutes. I think we're okay. We're gonna hit no. You guys could just rewatch. I'm actually recording this on the same day, so I'm good. You're good. You open your eyes. The sun has risen. The birds are singing. You are still alive. And for now, you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window in the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety, wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember Duke slumped against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. We're going to check on the opossum. He's got bread. Open the door and check on the little possum you met yesterday. Oh good, he's still there. Nice. Pat that little man's. You reach in to pat the little man's. He immediately plays dead. Leave him to his theatrics and close the drawer. Look out the window. Ah! 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 You creep towards the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. For a second, you thought you saw movement. It could have been an animal. It could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Maybe you'll head out there and investigate after you finish waking up. Time to start your day. We're not going in the closet. Fuck dolls. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Not looking at that. Not looking at that. You're back in the kitchen. Frau eyes you from her favorite spot on the counter. Pet, 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 pet. Scritch, 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 scritch. Excuse me, ma'am, but may I pet your beautiful fur? Part of you hopes that flattery might win her over, as silly as it might seem. You are, after all, talking to a cat. Fra merely flicks her tail faster. It doesn't look promising. Hey! Hey! Did you know the police called me this morning? You've only been here 1 day, and you've already had a run-in with the cops? I told you I saw someone die last night. So you did. It was late, and I was tired, and I assumed Stella put you up to a little joke after dragging you into the woods. Anyways, does it really matter? Some old farmer disappeared after going hunting in the middle of the woods that night. So what? Something like that was bound to happen eventually, and frankly, you're lucky it didn't happen to you. Still, you had quite a few questions about you. They had quite a few questions about you, Noah. Before you ask, don't worry, I told them that you're an upstanding citizen. But I'd rather not waste my time talking to cops. It's irritating, and this is already a very difficult week. Just don't put anything else on my plate right now, okay? Cops don't matter. Something is coming for this town, and I need people to start listening to me. Duke and Stella didn't take my intuition seriously last night, and look where that's landed us. I need you to believe me. You don't need to spin me tall tales to wiggle your way out of this. Just be careful. And remember, your actions have consequences for people around you. I don't have the energy to spend this week cleaning up after your messes, so just make an extra work for me, okay? Don't make extra work for me, alright? I'm sorry. Good. I've got to get to work. But listen, you better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints. Just do what I ask, and we won't have any more problems. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset! Cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak from the slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. Once again, you are the only human in the estate. Time to start your day. B&J. You quickly scrape together the ingredients to gobble up a delicious breakfast. And that's that. Let's go check out the garden. As your eyes wander the garden door, you shudder, remembering the brief glimpse of something you saw from your upstairs window. It's probably just a raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you. It compels you to investigate, if only to prove that it was nothing. Dude, it was a guy. It wasn't a fucking raccoon, man. Raccoons aren't like fountain tall. At least you don't see anything now. Wander further into the garden, trying to pinpoint the spot where the thing had been lurking, if indeed there had been a thing to begin with. Crouch down, pushing aside the green, and examine the soft earth. Boot print, a big boot print, and what looks like some kind of viscera. Your thoughts turn to the specter from the night before. You snap a quick photo, just in case it comes in handy later. Oh, I didn't look at the greenhouse, but that's okay. I don't think it really matters. With that, you head back inside, trying to figure out what to do with the rest of your day. We're going to town, baby. We're Scooby-Dooing this shit. Tabitha isn't here to stop you now. You head outside, back to the mountain path that leads to the town. Can't stop me. I'm the master of my domain. The walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know that woods were full of monsters and strange men who know your name. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any signs of movement, but the woods are still, at least for now. The autumn-tinged mountains, spiraling for miles in every direction, now feel less like a beautiful scenery and more like the walls of a cage. Almost back to town. Continue down the path. You make it to town in one piece. No creatures jumped out at you. No scary men blocked your path. The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things you witnessed as if they happened to someone else. Oh, hey, Noah. We were just talking about you. I stopped by Sybil's to pick up her new tea blend, and, well, you're the biggest thing to come to town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. You went out with Stella last night, right? Did something happen out there? She barely even waved when she walked by. I'm traumatized, not ready to talk about it yet. Headlines are traumatizing. I don't think I'm ready to talk about it yet. Okay, I get it. Sounds like you've been shaken up pretty bad. I'll tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. Why don't you swing by the diner if you want to decompress? Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blend. Maybe it'll calm you down a bit. I think you like today's mix. It's chaga and lemon balm. Should help ease your stress and tension. If you feel like talking, I'll be all ears. No pressure. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, Noah. See you, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. I see you're a private person. I can respect that. You never know how someone might respond to hearing the truth of what you encountered last night. I'd better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to chat with you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Please, don't hesitate to stop by. If I can be of any help. Ooh, mystical is pretty cool. We both know. Yeah. We both know that there's something horribly wrong about this place. How are you so calm? Don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. We all have our parts to play. I trust that you, Stella, and Kanika have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I got things that need tending to. Stay safe, Noah, and God bless. And with that, you are alone on Main Street. What to do with the rest of your morning? We'll go to the diner. You head towards the diner. The diner is a little quiet today, but the air is still heavy with the tantalizing smell of breakfast. Let's not look like a crazy person immediately. Let's go talk to Avery. Slide in the booth across from Avery. Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie saddles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. Heard you might need this. Don't worry about paying for it. The funeral has you worried plenty already, I bet. And the answer to 29 down is oink. What? Well, the clue is pen sound. How is that the sound a pen makes? Wait, pen like pig pen. Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? I don't know why you even bother with those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. It's just something to do to fill the time. But maybe I should switch to Sudoku. When he leaves, Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. So, I know you said last night traumatized you, but if you need someone to just quietly sit back and listen, well... let's try the tea. The man in the far back corner clears his throat as you bring a cup of tea to your mouth. Don't mind Julius. I don't think he drinks anything other than coffee. You take a gentle sip of your tea. Sybil was right. You can already feel it beginning to ease some of the strained tension from last night's events. Calling me impressed. Not a lot of folks take to chaga so quickly. What if you don't believe me? I'm not here to judge. I'm here to listen. That's A+ shit. I'll tell him about last night. You share everything. Glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors you've witnessed. Wow, that's some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Monsters in the woods? Never heard of anything like that around here. I mean, I haven't been around for that long, but I feel like that's the kind of thing people would talk about. How exciting. Now that I think about it, when the cops came in for their morning coffee, they mentioned something about going to the woods to look for someone. It must have been Duke. He seemed so disconnected from it. I figured it couldn't be very serious, but... wow. Bastard was probably out drinking with his shotgun again. Julius, didn't anybody ever teach you not to speak ill of the dead? Well, what do we think? They seem weirdly suspicious of me, even after showing them Stella's footage. I don't think you have to worry about what they think of you. The cops come in here most days, so I feel like I know them pretty well by now. And let me tell you, they have no follow-through. It's not like much happens up here. Just a bar fight every now and then, or somebody cooking meth in the woods. But if you can't fix it right away, by just getting... but if they can't fix it right away by just arresting somebody, they lose interest pretty fast. They have coffee to drink and gossip to spread. And I'll vouch for you if they try anything. I hadn't pegged you as a transplant. Where are you from? I moved here from Charlotte. Something like, 3 years now? Maybe a little more. I've lost track. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job, and who was I to pass on that sort of generosity? To be honest, it still feels like I just moved in. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folks grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Don't get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but there's a shared history I'll never be a part of. Why'd you leave Charlotte, if you don't mind me asking? Nah, that's cool. I was having some issues with my folks, my education, which wasn't great, especially since I was still stuck under their roof. My aunt heard about it, and she offered me a job, a place to stay, and the rest is history. Do you regret moving here? Fucking Julia's fucking peeping over you, man. I don't think I have a choice to have a second thoughts. I'm not going anywhere without Aunt Winnie. There's no way she's leaving this place. And I've found my place here, I think. I can't say I feel like uprooting again anytime soon, so I think that means I like it well enough. Shouldn't uproot too often anyway. Stresses out the plan. I haven't felt like an outsider at all. Everyone here has been welcoming. The man in the back booth scoffs audibly. What's that guy's problem? What's that guy's problem? Who, Julius? I can speak for myself. Of course people are nice to you, Noah. Your cousin is the boss. Well, I'm being nice because I don't see why I wouldn't be. Noah's new around here. The same as it was not too long ago. Nah, kid. You're just nice to everybody. Like you got some kind of condition. Tremaine, watch it. What? It's a compliment. Let me know if you hear anything. Any leads might be helpful. Oh, definitely. You'll be the first to hear about it. Oh, my coffee's out. My coffee's out. Oh no, and you've had 5 cups today. How are you going to survive? Kidding. I'll just be a second, Julius. Well, no, looks like I better get back to it. Hope you're feeling a little better. Maybe the Chagas had a chance to work. I'll start working at some magics. Oh, but before I go, I'm throwing a party this weekend. Nothing fancy, just a little get-together. Dave grabs a napkin, pulling out a pen, quickly scribbling something on thin paper before I hand it to you. That's my place. Come by any time after 6 on Saturday. It's almost Halloween, and I didn't like anybody else. I didn't seem like anybody else was going to throw one, so I stepped up to the plate. Though if you didn't compare with the costume, don't worry. I'm sure I can convince the bouncer to let you in anyway. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly half-wave before disappearing into the back. I've seen a few of them things up near my place, you know. Bullets do 'em just fine. The man hides beneath his newspaper, clearly uninterested in saying another word. This man just admitted to shooting monsters, by the way, and we're just gonna leave. We're not gonna inquire anymore. We're not fucking talking to Julius. Alright. You leave the diner, ready to continue your day. Let's go to the general store. It's your first time seeing the general store in the light of day. The young man sits at the table by the register, preoccupied with his phone and doesn't care that you stepped in. Oh, sorry, too preoccupied with his phone to care that you stepped in. Where's Kanika? Library. I wasn't supposed to work today, but she just had to duck. Something about helping her YouTuber friend research monsters. It sounds mad fake to me. Do you know how to get to the mines? Maps are free. Hi, I'm Noah. I just got to town yesterday. I'm Miles. I want to buy chips. Something? Do I talk to you or shrugs? You can just have some chips if you want. It's not a big deal. I'm paying for my chips, I insist. Ah, come on, I'm trying to be nice. I'm good, thanks. Alright. What you doing on your phone? Playing a Dragon Ball game? It's not like it's cool or anything. I'm just killing time. Oh shit. He's playing Dragon Ball Budokai. No, I don't know. Well, see you, Miles. See ya. Miles' focus turns back to his phone as you leave the general store. Yeah. I can now go to the mines if I want. We're near the library. Library. You enter the former town hall. What was once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves, meeting rooms, and offices that long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Oh, hey! Head over to Stella's table and settle in. Fancy seeing you here. We're trying to research the creatures we ran into last night. If you want to join. Morning, Noah. You look tired. I am. Look at Gretchen. This is a pup that wants... I don't know. Cheese? It's either cheese or bread. Some sort of like fruit-filled bread, maybe? I don't know. Leave your opinions on what these are in the comments. I can snitch on Miles, which is rude. Let's not do that. I don't feel like doing that anyway. I guess it's not rude, it's distracting. Oh god, they're both smitten with me. Help. Help, why am I playing hot? Yeah, it was pretty hard to fall asleep last night, all things considered. Can't say I got a wink myself. Yeah, same. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Before you dig in, you remember the boot print you found in the garden. Hey, before we dig in, I found something in the garden this morning. Pull up the phone and show Kanika and Stella the photo you took in the garden. These prints were in the bushes with a clear line of sight to my window, by the way. Dang, that's creepy. Are you okay? What? Is that liquid around it? It looks like pus. You think it's Wayne? That creep who keeps coming around my mom's tea room? He snuck up to us last night and called out Noah by name. And those boot prints match up with the mining getup. Whoa, apparently missed a lot last night, huh? I wonder if there's any connection between that guy and what happened in the woods last night. Like what? I mean, I don't have anything specific, but we do have that whole prophecy of impeding doom angle to explore, and this photo is weird. Can't stop thinking about these splatters on the ground. If he's sick, maybe it's from the creatures you encountered? Hey there, strangers. And little stranger. Oh, and literal stranger. Man, what does that say? Welcome, Jackson, Haywood. I'm assuming these are counties in North Carolina. Hi, I'm Noah. Now we're not strangers anymore. No need for you to be shy around me. Oh, gosh. Hi. I'm Oscar Gutierrez. Chief librarian and only librarian. Just gonna flirt with everyone in town. I should probably, huh? Oh, but I don't really want to. I'm in town for the funeral. Oh, I should have known you were Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance, it's, strong. Not that that's a bad thing. Oscar is amazing. He practically built a library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the kids had was a couple of shelves and boring books donated from old people. Y'all are too kind, but speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't know. I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering any of my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. You know, the crowds she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot. It's practically a magnet for young people. Even honor students aren't free from its call. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there were like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. I don't like the thought of teens getting up into mischief with all those ditchlings in the woods. Ditchlings? That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of them? Apparently seeing one's supposed to mean a disaster's around the corner. Doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay. If you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster, what might befall our town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters the region typically falls prey to. Or should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Gonna go nab some more books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. Oh, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old gal. Gretchen inhales a soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. Pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in the woods. Yeah, we're gonna stop being crazy prophetic, because it's definitely making me appear crazy. Just definitely looking more and more like a madman. Whatever's out there in the excuse me, whatever's out there in the woods has been brutalizing the local wildlife. I don't think it's safe. I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble. And we'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. No, if you see a 13-year-old with a black braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Rumph. Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Ugh. Got him. Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. All right. This is going to be so much faster with two of you here to help out. Got our snacks, got our books. Let's get this research party started. Reading awaits. Flip through Veins of Scarlet, History of the Scarlet Hollow Coal Mines. Forced in retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as a captain in the Confederacy, Silas Scarlet. Sorry guys, tongue-tied. Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons to the bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal unions for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, bustling Main Street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet Estate. That was until 1895, the largest, finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. Yeah. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son, Theodore, his brother Enoch V. Scarlet, who had taken over their aging fathers during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the... Casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son, Theodore, his brother, Enoch V, who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine to the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. This is how your family made its fortunes. So this is how your family made its fortune. Yeah. Let's learn about Silas, huh? Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818. One of 12 siblings, he grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the Army in 1836. He quickly rose to the ranks, in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War. He settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. How it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10, Silas, his wife, Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. You're finished with this one? Appalachian folk monsters. Few entries catch your eye. Wampus Cat, Tommy Knockers, and Talipo. Talipo. It's tail, Noah. Yeah, I got you. Wampus Cat. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wampus Cat as originating from the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vial of magic on itself, freeing the people of their region from its evil. Others say the creature came from a story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wildcat to witness a forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of their village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched the secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilds, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. Tommyknockers. Tommyknockers originate in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They are named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of the mine and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. Talipo. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog, One night after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gone into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he had drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick, and it ran off through its hidey hole, out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. "Guess this'll have to do," he said to his dog, and he threw the tail in a pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed, satisfied. His dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scratching across the wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he had been. In the gloom, he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. "I want my taily poo." A high, hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. "Go away," he screamed at the thing. But I stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across hardwood accompanying its movements. "I want my taily poo." The creature growled again. "I'll get my dog after you," the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear, but there was no dog to be seen. "I want my daily paw." Before the hunter could make so much as a scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched outward towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, his cabin, was a chimney, standing alone in the woods. We're done here. Oh, Gretchen. You look at the book and put it back. I think I'm all done. Let's check in. Research. Alright, if we're going with what Kanika's mom told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters as to what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear events. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? Before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps onto the table. Almost on instinct, Stella slams her book shut. Aw, hey, Pixel. Might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find. Don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. Pixel immediately goes to town on Stella's treats. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought of that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. Why do you let a paper shredder freely wander our library? Have you seen this little guy's face? How could I say no to that? Alright, we'll leave Pixel be. Inside to leave Pixel be. Cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. Alright, I better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything. Any luck with Rosalina? Haha, not yet. I knew a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it'd happen overnight. I'll probably head out once y'all are done and check in on her usual haunts. What was it you were saying about nuclear events? You were talking about that Goldsboro incident, right? Yeah, apparently in the 60s a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up mid-air and dropped a couple of bombs. Fascinating bit of history there. The first of the two bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out that the only thing preventing the detonation was a single electrical switch, which failed to trigger on the descent. And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Right? Its conventional explosive disintegrated in midair. But most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. I don't think designing nuclear bombs is part of my skill set. Our skill set. Yeah, absolutely not. There's no way a nuclear bomb made those things. I'm just saying you never know with radiation. We actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. And a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I've missed this. Do you think there's a cult here? Just... Do you guys think there's like a cult here? Maybe those ditchlings were like summoned as part of like a ritual or something like that. Seems unlikely. That's fair. So, Silas Scarlet. Jesus. Nothing like a man that earned his career in his initial stake of property by killing a bunch of Indians in the Indian Wars. What an amazing man. Definitely off self-made. Great dude. Great dude. Just like, Jesus. Rich guy in the South? I should have known it would be pretty. Yeesh. I figured old money from the South wouldn't be great, but he sure did some things to get where he was, huh? That book is a perfect example why you should use multiple sources for your research, instead of trusting the first thing you read on a subject. Yep, dude was a monster. Mines made a lot of money during the Civil War, too. And you can probably guess which side a North Carolinian business owner would be working for. Sorry you're related to him. Silas seems like a terrible person, but I don't see what that has to do with bad omens or creatures in the woods. I agree. We're talking about ancient history here. Yeah, we probably have better leads. It never hurts to have historical context. That's fair. Veins of Scarlet. So, about the coal mines here. Kanika visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work up there. I could never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. What happened after the mine collapse? The book just kind of glosses over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole lot written about the past century here. Yeah, Scarlet Hollow Mines isn't exactly the most ethically run business. Sorry, text. No text. I'm sure Tavi runs the mines better than Charles Shaw did. Still doesn't let the union in, though. There's a reason she and I don't talk. Yeah. Union busting mine collapsed from poor working conditions. Color me shocked. Yeah, it's pretty awful. That's what the sculpture up front is for, commemorating all the men and children who died that day. Every kid in Scarlet Hollow learns about the collapse in 1918. Our teachers loved to emphasize how many children they had working down there, probably to teach us, try and show us how good we have it or whatever. Low bar, if you ask me. You know, that could be what ditchlings are warning us about. Another collapse. Writing it down on the list of potential disasters. Yeesh, though, that's morbid. And besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labor market was way more strict now. There's no way you could get away with that kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. Y'all don't actually think that mine is about to collapse, right? No, I don't think so. Whew. Had me worried there for a second. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible thought. You never know. Guess we'll have a bone to pick with Charles Shaw. That's what happens when someone directly causes a monumental disaster, especially in a small town like this. People tend to spit whenever they hear your name. He got run out of town on a rail, you know. And that's not a figure of speech. Back then they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. There's a big mural of it over on the far wall. He got off easy if you ask me. What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? Wayne seems sick. Honestly, that sounds like one of the most plausible explanations we've had so far. What about the ditchlings? I don't know, maybe there's some sort of parasite down there in the mines. Maybe it's infected. Wayne infected Wayne, and maybe Wayne infected the local wildlife. Huh, yeah, that could work. Little ditchling, question marks. Talk about Appalachian folk monsters. Wampus cats sound kind of like they could be mountain lions. Voice like a woman crying out somewhere between person-sized and cat-sized. Definitely, they are 100% mountain lions. Kanika, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions don't go extinct in Appalachians. Oh, sorry. Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends haven't died off yet. Just haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone confused about a perfectly normal animal. Sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started as a prank. Then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out. And now, here we are. You'll eat those words when I get the first clear footage of Bigfoot. If you manage that, I will print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it. I promise. I'm holding you to it. What good friends. Do you think ditchlings are Tommyknockers? Or with that whole warning thing? Good thought, but Tommyknockers live in mines. That's like their whole thing. I'm gonna write it down though. Tommyknockers are literally just the sounds that happen when a bunch of rocks and wood are about to collapse. Are they? Or are they just sound of mysterious creatures pounding on rocks and support beams with hammers to cause a collapse? There's simply no way to know. My mom used to tell me about the Taily Poo story back when I was little. I can't believe I forgot that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought the monster might try and dig it out of my stomach if I did. I love that one. There's this old chimney in the woods that I used to think was the chimney from Taily Poo. The one that was left after that thing did whatever it did. Now I know it's just a chimney. Now I know that just because chimneys don't burn down, that's just because... Sorry, it's late. Now I know that's just because chimneys don't burn down. The wooden houses do. Doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Taily Poo. I've camped out there a couple times, seen some pretty spooky stuff. Oh yeah, I've watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days, chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Yeah, let's move on. What do y'all think? There's an awful lot of mine-related stuff in my notes. Maybe that should be our next stop? We could poke around and find out if anyone else has if anyone's seen if anyone's seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you're supposed to go question some of the miners, right? You're not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Right. Right? Yeah, totally. 100%. I would never. We don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good. Let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise, Neeks. We're just going to question some miners. And if that questioning gives us a good reason to poke around, say, a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when you come to it. I am not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Okay, good. And hopefully we can find out what's wrong with Wayne while we're at it. Maybe Tabitha can help us out? Ha! No. I don't think she'd be super jazzed to see any of us snooping around the mines. I can't imagine what she'd do if we actually bothered her while she was trying to run the place. She does get a little grumpy when she's at work. She gets grumpier at work. I'm pretty sure she's pissed. I'm pretty sure pissed is the girl's baseline level of existence. Chatting over dinner might be a better way to get to know her. If you're okay eating boxed mac and cheese, we can sneak around mines, no problem. She won't even know we were there. Look at us going out on a caper together. I missed this. I missed it too. Though there is something missing. Reese! I really missed that dude. Can't believe how long it's been. Have you seen him lately? Nope. I tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realize it was getting so bad. That poor guy. You know, we could pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Noah. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. See you, Oscar. We'll let you know if we run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. We'll keep y'all posted. Reese's home stands on the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness. Reese, it's Stella. I brought some buddies, too. Shh, not so loud. He's still sleeping. Can I help you with something? The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out. Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm not going to wake him up. If he's sleeping, he probably needs it. Whatever you two planned, it probably is beyond what he can manage right now anyways. Oh no, poor Reese. It's just been so long. It's just been so long since either of us have gotten the chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Noah would get along super well too. Hi, I'm Noah, Vivian's kid. I know who you are. The way she avoids looking at you, as she speaks, makes you feel like you've done something wrong, even though you're pretty sure you've done nothing at all. Turns back to the house sighing. Sorry, I know that was a little rude. You just want to hang out with Reese, and he misses both of you too. Sorry, this is Dr. Kelly. Sorry, I know that was a little rude. You just want to hang out with Reese, and he misses both of you too. He usually is feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow? You can have some supper, and you can hang out for a little bit. I don't promise that he'll be perky, but I'm sure he'll brighten his spirits to see you two again. And I suppose you can come too, Noah. That'd be great. I can bring the side dish, maybe deviled eggs. Does he still eat those? No eggs. No, eggs are a little much for him. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle. Okay, I'll bring soda then? That's not... Okay, yes, fine. You can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine. Ginger ale preferably. Oh, and leave the dog at home. She might cheer him up. You know how they have those therapy dogs in hospice. No dogs. Thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering you now. See you later. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quickly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking into place can be heard from within. God, that woman makes me so nervous. She used to be so nice when we were kids. I always had the best stickers when we had... She always had the best stickers when we had to get our shots. Maybe she just stressed about Reese. Maybe she's just nice to kids. Either way, I guess it's just the three of us. You gonna drive? Yeah, sorry. I don't like the thought of going up there without the van. Cool. I'll take my shortcut then. It shouldn't take long for me to get there. You're welcome to tag along, Noah. Don't worry, I won't be offended if you'd rather ride with Kanika. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods. Either way works for me. I can keep pushing this. Sure. Alright, Stella, what is actually up with you in cars? Mine's gotta be a ways off, right? Don't worry about it, Noah. There's a lot of junk in the back of my van. It gets a little tight with more than two people. Do we want to ride with Kanika or do we want to walk with Stella? Let Stella walk through the woods by herself. Well, not by herself. She has Gretchen. We'll go with Stella. Safety in numbers and all that. I'll walk with Stella. We'll meet you there. The woods are calm and serene compared to last night. You can't help but feel that danger lurks just beyond the trees. Hey, you should come along with us. Gretchen and me, I mean. I hope I haven't seemed too cold about everything that happened last night. The truth is, I'm barely keeping myself together. I just don't know how to let it out. Duke died out there last night, and I can't stop thinking that it might have been my fault. If only I didn't drag you along in the woods. If only I did anything when everything went sideways. Pauses, looking for what to say. It's like there's guilt boiling under my skin, but the only way I can process what happened is by turning off the part of me that feels things. When I'm around other people, it's like I think of Duke dying as just a thing that happened. Like it's just part of another video. Because if I actually admit to other people that I feel something, then I have to admit to myself that what happened is my fault. Jesus, imagine just fucking me like, yeah, this is your fault. Of course it's not your fault. It's my fault. I knew something was going to happen last night. If only I'd pushed harder to get us to leave. I don't think I was ever going to listen to you. I was too wrapped up in the hunt. But thanks. I appreciate it to make me feel better. We could probably steal the blame on this from each other we could probably steal the blame on this from each other all day. Maybe it's best to just agree that what happened, happened. And that it wasn't anybody's fault. I really appreciate the talk. I can't imagine going through this alone. Conversation comes to a dramatic halt with you, Stella and Gretchen, all whirling around to face the source of the sound. Cardinal. Whoa, calm down, girl. It's just a bird. Same probably goes for the two of us. Guess we're all a little on edge. It's right to the mine. We shouldn't be much farther. Kanika casually leans against her van as you and Stella emerge from the woods. Hey. Y'all have a good walk? Yeah, it was great. I mean, not that you were missing out or anything. You didn't run into any of those creatures, did you? Nope. That makes sense. They probably are nocturnal. I don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed. But we're all here. What's the plan? I guess we just go talk to people. I guess so. I should probably be on the lookout duty. I'm a bit of a persona non grata in the mines. Tabitha? Yeah. I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her from time to time. Oh, fuck, we're at an hour 30. Yeah, I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her time to time. Or two. Sorry. I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her a time or two too many. And Gretchen makes it extra hard to be sneaky. We're probably less likely to get caught if only one of us is snooping around down there. And, this will probably be where we call it for tonight. We'll see you guys in the next one.